Hi, Jay Films here, and today I'm reviewing the new movie Barbarian. Just like every movie reviewer in the world right now, I think it's best to not say that much about the setup of the movie, so pretty much like giving you the rundown, the basics of it. You got Georgina Campbell, she books an Airbnb, Spaghetti-O, Bill Skarsgård's there. How inconvenient. But it turns out the house is spooky. You know when you're home alone or something like that and the air conditioning or you leave a window open and it closes one of the doors on accident? I'm convinced that was like the premise of this movie. Because for like the first half of the film, that seems to be the bad guy. Faulty air conditioning, the biggest evil of all. I thought the first half of this movie, the first act in particular, was fantastic. It was stellar. One of the best first halves of a movie I've probably seen this year. It does such a good job of easing you into it. It gives you that sense of impending doom, you know? Some horror movies will just throw you right into it right away and just shit hits the fan. This one eases you into it, and I like that. We get time to meet the characters and spend time with them and get to know them besides just, oh no, we're terrified. And sometimes that is a danger of horror movies when they get so scary right off the bat. We don't have time to find a personality in these characters aside from them being scared. But no, we get to spend a day, 2 days with our two really main characters before they get into the scary thing. And when they introduce Justin Long, it's the same thing with him. Justin Long, we need to talk about Justin Long in this movie because he's awful. I love to laugh at him. You know, he's funny because he's so stupid. Again, I don't want to get too much into his character because there is some spoilers, but there were some moments of genuine laughs for me in the movie. That being said, let's get on to the scary stuff. When this movie's scary, it's pretty scary. It's unsettling too, which I think is even worse. There are a few jump scares, but they're not too bad for the most part. But the movie doesn't just rely on jump scares. There are some moments that are shot well, that are filmed incredibly well, they're lit well. The cinematography in this movie, fantastic. There are some moments where I'm like, oh God, I don't want to. And that's good for a horror movie. The second half of this movie, though, we do start to run into a few cliches, which is weird because the first half, Georgina Campbell's character, kind of makes it seem like she's aware of these cliches and that she's avoiding them. From there, we get some characters in the second half who make some of the dumbest decisions and cliche ones in any horror movie ever. You're pointing your knife towards like a dark cave and you keep dropping it, or the flashlight batteries go out at the exact right moment to set up a jump scare. Kind of a lot of that stuff, and it was just a little strange. It felt out of place because the first half of the movie felt so aware of that stuff. The second half is cool, not as good as the first half, but it's still cool. And there's one character in particular I really did not like how they ended their arc. It seemed to just pull a 180 on everything else the movie's been setting up thus far. In general though, I thought Barbarian was a good time. The first half, fantastic. The second half is still cool. There's some cliches, but hey, it's horror. What horror movie doesn't have cliches? For me, this movie is going in the B tier right before Watcher and right after Elvis. Thanks for watching. That's my review of the movie. Check out this review and this review. I think they're pretty cool. Yeah.